Hola! Welcome to Balance Unleashed. Our mission is to help you be a well-rounded individual with tweaks to your lifestyle rooted in faith and purpose, setting you up for a fulfilled life. Do you want to end this year feeling fulfilled? Hit the subscribe button. Being a leader in my organization, managing my life and my time appropriately is expected because I will always have top priority tasks at hand. And planning my day has become a major ritual to keep me going and sticking to timelines. Every Sunday evening, I sit at my workstation to review the to-do list of the previous week, record the wins, and reflect on how the losses could have been handled better because, truth be told, I am often 80% of the reason why there's losses. I take the last 10 minutes of this 30-minute ritual to draft the to-do list for the new week, stating the order of priority and due dates. Want to know the reason why some of those losses occurred and what can be done better? Strap in. You may be like me, an executive or senior career professional, or even maybe you're even an entry-level professional or a business owner who is always looking for a better way to do work so that I can meet all of my goals and have a guilt-free weekend. To watch a few episodes of Star Trek, Lower Decks, or hide behind Kevin Kwan's rich people problem. Or you may have hacked this productivity thing and can't relate to what the rest of us mere mortals have to deal with. This episode is for my fellow procrastinators. Yes, you just felt that churn in your stomach, right? I have felt it too, more times than I care to admit. But I have also broken out of that negative cycle, or I am actively working on breaking out of that negative cycle. When I decided to actively track the reason for those losses or unachieved tasks on my to-do list for 6 consecutive weeks, I realized that I had to confront that bad habit I have always had, procrastination. I'm quite effective at my work, but I've always known that this is a struggle, and I've always sought sustainable ways to deal with it. These methods or solutions work for a time and then stop working. While looking for productivity hacks, I learned about the Pomodoro technique, the 2-minute rule, the 5-minute rule, and more. And I've tried each of them for a time, but they always stopped working at some point. I'm sure you were also hoping that they stop, right? They didn't for months, but it did after I changed my mindset around procrastination. Truth is, I can't even recall where I picked up this description of procrastination, but it hit me like a rock and left a lasting impact. Procrastination occurs when you decide to rob yourself of a future due to fear. You hold on to the present most unnecessarily because this task or action can bring you closer to the bright future that you want, even the freedom of resources you want. But why do you keep procrastinating? Why do you keep postponing it? Are you really okay with staying in a negative cycle? When I read this in a book somewhere, I really wish I could find the title of the book. But when I read this in a book, it was like, okay, I need to stop. I want to have all this, but I am actively delaying it. Why? At some point, I took time to think about this properly. And I figured out why I was always putting off some important tasks and waiting till the last minute through several shadow work, because I love to sit with myself to ask myself, why are you doing this? And what I realized was that my fear of success was what was forcing me to procrastinate. I know most people are more familiar with the fear of failure, but fear of success is more crippling. But that's a conversation for another day. Once I knew the root cause of why I procrastinate, all the popular tools I mentioned earlier, 5-minute rule, 2-minute rule, Pomodoro technique, all of them started to work like magic. Procrastination is not just about delaying tasks. Based on several award-winning research, it can be broken into 3 main root causes: emotional, behavioral, and cognitive. First off, emotional causes. This is all about how we feel. Sometimes our feelings can make us avoid things, feeling overwhelmed by a big project, or maybe you are just bored or frustrated with the task. These feelings can make you want to do anything but the thing you need to do. And sometimes you just have low self-esteem. We've all been there. But this can make you put off things because you don't believe you can do it. Again, we've all been there. What happens is that procrastination becomes our defense mechanism to feelings of self-doubt, fear, and anxiety. And sometimes we procrastinate to feel better in the moment, like choosing to watch 16-episode K-drama or spend hours on PS5 instead of wrapping up a task because it makes you feel good right now. Yeah, that was a personal shade to myself, or was that to you? Now let's talk about behavioral causes. This is all about the actions we take or don't take. The classic one, delaying the start. You keep saying, I'll do it later, but later never comes. Or maybe you get distracted super easily, doom scrolling on your phone, on Instagram, TikTok, or games. or even just daydreaming. Guys, I used to daydream a lot. I love daydreaming. I had to one day tell myself, if I don't take action, all of this will remain just that, dreams. Not planning out your task can also make you procrastinate. If you don't break big tasks into smaller steps, it often gets you overwhelmed. And if you're bad at managing your time, or if your workspace looks like a mess, it makes it even harder for you to focus. I created a system tracker worksheet that has helped a lot of people change their behavior and achieve their goals faster than ever. Check the description to get your copy. Finally, let's talk about cognitive forces. This is all about how we think. This is the craziest one because our brain tricks us into procrastinating. Ever had that little voice in your head that says, "Oh, I'm just not good at this"? Yeah, that's negative self-talk. It's like your brain is being a bully. That's the best way to describe it. And sometimes we think, if I can't do it perfectly, why even bother? That's called all or nothing thinking. It's like saying, if I can't get a job that pays me $100,000, why even bother? You bother because you have bills to pay. So you take and do the job that pays you right now. But my personal favorite here is I work best under pressure. I have said this a lot. And to be honest, I do work really good under pressure, but I end up being completely stressed out. And at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I could have done this, or I could have added this graph, or I could have added this research if I had more time. But the thing is, I had more time and I chose not to do it. So how is it that I'm working best under pressure? So please, let's top line out to ourselves about that. Here are simple questions you can ask yourself as you start this journey towards finding the root cause of why you procrastinate. Why am I scared? Are there ways to do this task in a fun way that freezes out the boredom my brain is trying to avoid? Why do I feel I can't do this? Better still, if I can do this task successfully, why don't I want to do it now? So I can have control of the rest of my day or week. There are more intricate questions to ask, but this tree enabled me to start my journey. And I'm sure it will help you start your journey. Procrastinating once in a while is natural, but habitual procrastination is a problem you should pay attention to, as it also affects the way you lead and manage your team and projects that you are having to take control of. Do not be the blocker to your team or even the blocker to your success just because you are not making the bold decisions to deal with some of the limitations as a business owner or as a career professional. When you fix things on your end, you can serve or lead better. You can't fill others out of an empty cup. Remember, all your productivity hacks may not always work until you find the root cause of your procrastination. Once you've answered these questions, now you're ready for the best hacks to stay consistently productive. I made a video for that. You should definitely check it out. Let me know if you found this video useful. And if you would love to hear more about the intricate questions I asked myself when I finally broke out of this negative circle, let me know in the comments section. But most importantly, if you think this video is important to other people, share, like, and also subscribe. Thank you and see you soon. Ciao.